Hey guys! Okay, so I just finished Aries and it went really well. So I was just quickly clearing the field and I'm going to invite you Tauruses in. So, okay, whew. You guys have some heady energy going on right now. I can't describe it, but it's very like, whew. Okay. For Aries, I did their reading first and then I pulled 2 oracle cards, but I kind of want to do it the opposite way for you guys. So, firstly, we're going to do your animal spirit card. This is the animal that, I mean, is kind of going to guide you this month, has some medicine or advice for you. So let's look at Taurus. Hey guys, hey Taurus, for the month of February 2018. Taurus. I knew, oh my gosh, so weird when this happens. I was like, they're gonna get a spider. I know it. Okay, you guys have some spider energy coming your way. Tarantula. I believe this is under the element fire. Let's see. I'm just going to read you guys right from the book. This is the Animal Spirit Guidebook because I don't have every card memorized, and honestly, she writes beautifully. I'm obsessed with this deck. I fully recommend it to anyone who reads for themselves. I feel like for personal readings, it's great. Tarantula, at a crossroads, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So it's basically saying that to bring in balance, you should journal and follow your intuition and try not to overanalyze. I feel like that's that heady feeling, like you feel like it felt like a confused energy. So that totally makes sense. So let's do that. Let's start with tarantula energy for as the beginning point. I think I'm gonna wait. Actually, I'm gonna do your chakra one at the end. Okay, so let's begin. For you Tauruses, hello beautiful Taurus. Let us start your February reading. And I like to start with where you are right now. So right now it is February 1st. This high priestess, she wants to come out. Let's see if she makes an appearance today for you guys. So I like to begin the reading with, where you're leaving, what you're leaving from January, and, then what you're going into. So right now, let's see where your energy is and then where it's going. Okay. Taurus. That wasn't convincing enough for me. Okay. We have the King of Wands. That is the first card to come up. So this is kind of what you're feeling at the beginning of this month. There's something very contemplative about him. He's very focused on the task at hand, and he's very he's really plotting out his next move. He's the kind of person that's smart and is thinking like 3 steps ahead of everybody else. Okay, so here we have the Nine of Swords. This is the card of fears and nightmares. I do feel like, the thing about being a wise king is that you can never show your fear. And I do kind of feel like if this is an energy that you've been embodying lately, that you don't want to show people that you're scared, and you really don't want people to know what your next move is. You really are, but you're worried, and you don't want people to know that you're worried. You don't want people to know that whatever this risk is that you're taking, whatever this next move is, you're nervous about it, I guess. So you get, this is actually similar cards to what we had in Aries reading. So we have the Eight of Wands, and we have Temperance. So you guys as well, a challenge for you this month is balancing your health, balancing your wellness, your maybe your mental health, because of just all the things that are going on in your life right now. Eight of Wands is kind of telling me that, like, you, once again, are really focusing your energies on forward motion. Like, you're doing what you can. Like, it's all about the hustle right now. And I feel like some of you guys are facing whatever it is that you are working on. It is, you're meeting some, oh God, what's the word? You're hitting a lot of setbacks, or there's a lot of people telling you no. So I just got the Hierophant, which is all about, I'm kind of seeing it as like a boss or someone in power, someone who, you know, has a big say in like the yes or no of like whether or not you can move forward, you know, get a promotion, whatever it is in your life. Like, this is kind of that, you know, big brother that's watching over you, or like the big company that you work for, and you're kind of, it's making you feel very small right now. Like, I feel like you are a person with big dreams. You're a person who is working hard, like just dedicated to that daily grind. But at the end of the day, you can't help feeling like you're, you know, every step forward you take, you're taking 3 steps back, and every you know, every time you think that like you may be getting a little bit shit. Okay, hi Taurus, we're back. My camera overheats sometimes, so I had to give him a little break. Okay, so where were we? I feel like you guys are going into this month a little worried, having some anxiety. You have, you know, a lot going on. I feel like there is a need for balancing your health a little bit. There's a possibility that you may get sick, not feel so well, just because you're kind of like stressed out. I do also get the feeling that some of you may work in a corporate environment where, you know, you are kind of in that rat race. There's definitely this feeling that you feel very small in the grand scheme of things, and that you're working in, I almost feel like you feel this sense of like your success is so dependent on like people who are so completely out of your reach. And I don't mean that in like a status kind of way. I just mean that they're kind of faceless, they're kind of nameless. It may feel a little arbitrary. You may be someone who you work with who got a promotion before you, and you don't feel like they deserve it, or it feels like everything just is kind of like the luck of the draw. So there is a sense that, you know, you kind of feel like there's a lot of things going on that maybe you don't understand. You don't understand why they're happening to you or not happening to you, and that you're working, and maybe not seeing results quite yet. We did get, and I know that that's not, like, for people who like tarot out there, like, that's not the traditional sense for traditional interpretation of the Hierophant card, but you know, it kind of alludes to institutions, to you know, community, and to like the status quo, to following the rules, to leaders, especially in religion. And you know, I read intuitively, and to me, I'm really just getting this feel of like corporate power. So if you are a Taurus who, you know, is kind of working in that environment, I just like keep seeing like buildings like in New York, like tall buildings, like offices, that kind of environment. That's like kind of what this card is like telling me. We also had the Seven of Swords come out at the same time. And this is kind of like just suggesting like secrecy, or, you know, you feeling like you need to maybe take a shortcut, or maybe you're tempted to kind of like take an easy way out of something when it comes to work. But there is like the juxtaposition of these two cards is telling me that there's an imbalance of power, that you are kind of feeling like the outsider, that and that the establishment, or you know, the status quo, or the people in power are not working with you. You are kind of going off on your own. You want to do your own thing, and you I feel like this is what's on your mind. You don't know how you want to do it, but you really feel like you need to step away from the group. I am getting like crazy headaches when I'm like tapping into your energy. I don't know what the hell is going on with you guys, but like right here. Woo. So, yeah, I think some of you guys have a lot that you are kind of thinking about and contemplating, and I do feel like that goes back to your first two cards. We have, you know, your anxiety and your worry about what your next move is. Like, what am I going to do next with my life? I'm just getting like eye pain. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on with some of you, but I feel like migraines. I feel like pain, like right here, and it's like going down to my ears, just so you know. Okay. So fear, questions about your next move, all that stuff. The last card that came out is the Lovers card. I really like this card because I know it traditionally means a Gemini, but I also feel like it alludes to Venus, and Venus does rule your sign. So I feel like this could be a couple of things. I think that you could find a kinship or a friendship or love with a Gemini. Or I also feel like, you know, your Taurean qualities and your gifts from Venus as a person will come to your aid during the month of February. I feel like there's blessing coming in here. There's some kind of like message, and it's going to be coming through another person. It could be a Gemini in your life, or it could just be you. I think you could have the answer within yourself, something that, you know, is a gift that you have as a Taurus, that is ultimately going to kind of help you find the grace that you need to navigate the situation. I don't think that you're going to necessarily need to take the not so graceful path, let's say, that the Seven of Swords is leading to. So no cheating, no lying, no stealing. Take the high road, people, because I think that that's you. I think that that's who you are. Like, you guys are grounded, you're stable, you know what the right thing to do is. And I think that where is my crystal? Okay. I think that ultimately, like, taking the high road is what you need, and that's like who you are. And I think that you'll be able to navigate the high road in a graceful way. So let's continue. I don't know, like, this ear thing right now, I'm not feeling it. So I don't know what y'all are like. I don't know what this like message is, but I don't know if it's like, hey, you guys need to like listen to something, but I'm just getting like some energy coming in here. It's like down to my chest now. Okay. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Wands. So guys, this February is a wand month for you. You guys are wand people right now. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune. So let's see. I'm having trouble, honestly, if we're going to be 100% real, I'm having a lot of trouble focusing on this reading right now because whatever energy that I'm tapping into, you guys, for Taurus is like extremely heavy, and I'm not used to it. I'm going to use my other crystal because I feel like I need it right now. Whew, okay, that's better actually. Okay, so the next three cards, I feel like they're kind of alluding to the same story that I've kind of been telling you guys. So I do feel like this is where we're going to end your month, because it feels almost exactly the same as what I just said. I feel like you guys have a big decision to make. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is alluding to. A big life decision that really like is going to kind of decide where 2018 takes you. So that's going to come up for you in February. Once again, with the Queen of Wands, like she's kind of coming up to say that like you right now are being represented by the wand energy. Fire is definitely at play. So we're talking about something that you're passionate about, something that, you know, fuels your creativity. This is like the birth of an idea, birth of a passion. And really right now, what's weighing on you is just like what you're risking. I feel like there's a lot of risk involved. I feel like you're going off on your own path. I think you are worried about finances. We have the Four of Pentacles here. So I think finances are a huge concern, especially if it's something like quitting your job and going on like a new venture. So if that's something that you've been kind of thinking in the back of your mind for a long time and you're kind of waiting to make the move, I think February will be like that moment where you kind of are like, you know what, I've had it, I need to just do it, I need to jump in. And you know, I'm really tired. I know I'm concerned and worried, but like this is, if I don't do it, I'll never do it. So don't let those little fears kind of hold you back. I think that like this is something that you are meant to do. But there is definitely a feeling of, you know, worry about finances and worry about, you know, am I going to be okay if I like forge my own path, essentially. Yeah, and Wheel of Fortune, I mean, I think that this is, I think the Wheel of Fortune is basically saying that like this is going to keep coming up for you and until you ultimately make the decision that like has been kind of, you've been putting off. I think it's like almost like a cycle, and it's gonna, like these patterns are gonna keep happening, or a situation you find yourself in, you're gonna keep happening until you break the cycle and move on to whatever it is that you are trying to do. Wow. I am like, guys, like side note, I'm a huge crystal lover, and like this smoky quartz right now is giving me life. Okay, so that feels like the end as far as your reading for February goes. What I'm going to do is just simply pull the oracle card for you for the chakra that you should really be focusing on this month. I'm very interested to see what comes up for that. Let's see. Okay, so Taurus in February. What chakra are we working on? What message do we have? Okay, perfection, and we have the root chakra. It's red. Let's read. I'm not going to read you guys the whole thing, but this is from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidebook, and she has little stories for each chakra. And okay, perfection. I have the same high standards for myself as I have for others. There's a story, but the inspiration basically says, are you being too hard on yourself and consequently on others? Begin to look for what's right and good in your world and you will see it. What am I presently focusing on? Knowing what's right and telling others might not be the best way of doing it. Alienating others, seeking perfection, transformation ahead. So that's really good. And it's very interesting that you guys got Tarantula, and she also is in the red category. So I think that, like, and also, I mean, there's just like a shit ton of fire energy here. So Taurus, and also I feel like even like just channeling your energy, my demeanor is so different than it was in Aries reading. I'm feeling like a lot of anxiety, and now it's just moving into like a quick pace, quick talking. I feel like you're go, go, go. And it's weird. I mean, I'm not used to this energy, and I'm not really used to this energy from Taurus either. So this, like, I think that's what's kind of creeping me out. I feel like you guys have this urgency about you that's not like you. Like, you're normally very like slow and steady, and you need to like plan out. Like, the typical Taurus is always the person that's going to like make decisions rationally and take their time, and you know, you don't rush a Taurus. But right now, I feel like you are feeling that sense of urgency, like, shit, I need to make this move now or I'm not going to make it. And I think that's what's maybe giving you that anxiety, is the fact that, like, you know that you're on a time crunch, and you know that there's, like, a limitation here of, like, this window of opportunity is not going to be open to me that much longer. I need to move now. But then the Taurus in you is like, no, I don't want to move now. I'm scared. I don't ever move fast. And you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I make the move? Do I not? And then that's what's causing all the anxiety, and you're like, oh my gosh. But in reality, like, Tauruses, you guys are like so root chakra people. Like, root chakra is all about like safety and security. So like, of course it's gonna be the chakra that's out of alignment if like you're worried about your own personal security in making whatever this decision is that you're about to make. So don't worry. I would say go with the flow, and if like your instinct is telling you jump, then like just freaking jump. You need to do it. And I know that it's scary for Tauruses, but I think that it's like super important to take this well, first of all, to face your fears, get out of your comfort zone, but also to take this opportunity, because I don't think that it's going to come around like any other time. And this reading really feels like it's going into March. So like, I'm sorry if this isn't just like some of you, I'm feeling mid-March. So this may be actually like a little bit longer than a February reading for you, but I think that's because this is like a big decision. Like, this doesn't just feel like, oh, I'm going to go on a date, like whatever. This is like a big thing that you've been thinking about for a while, and I think that the opportunity came up maybe sooner than you were thinking or expecting. So now you're just like worried, because you thought in the beginning of this month, like, we thought that we were 3 steps ahead of the game. Like, we thought we had our ducks in line and we were ready. And then all of a sudden, I think a curveball was thrown at you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been running in place for so long. Now's the time to make my move. And it's like, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be like this perfect moment. And you're going to have to, like, you know, make yourself uncomfortable if you want progression. So, work on the root chakra, do meditations for your root chakra, get a red stone or a black stone, you know, like, this is, smoky quartz is so good for the root chakra, and I feel like that's what's grounding me right now. I think that that's what you guys need. And, you know, it'll be okay. It'll be good. Like, fire energy is good energy. Yes, it's a little scary to an earth sign, but at the end of the day, it's great energy for like getting the ball rolling. So your reading, like, whew, that's intense. I need a breather after that one. I do feel like you have a big message here. I feel like February is going to be a interesting month for you. And yeah, that's it. I'm overheating again, so I'm going to